How's it going, everybody? Desi here once again. Just gonna go over some things I was reading and listening to some audiobooks today. Took some notes. I don't know if anybody ever still writes things down and stuff, but it's one of the ways I process. So I got some pages here to go over some of Goodard's manifestations, the way that he manifests and some things. And it's really, I think, kind of a good beginner's spot to go to start at. We're going to talk about the 7 pillars of self blessings and basically where to start with these manifestations. The principles of self blessings. So first, let's just kind of jump into the beginning here, and we'll see how it goes. I think maybe these thoughts are put down in order, so we'll give it a go and see how it goes. So basically, circumstances have no power over blessings. Blessings create our circumstances. So consciousness is God, and what God blesses must manifest. One of the 3 blessings that he suggested that we start with, that would be these 3 here, says, I am blessed with perfect understanding of my own divine nature. This blessing opens the door to all other blessings, because when you know your nature, all blessings are possible. The second one is, I am blessed with the constant awareness of my creative power. This blessing keeps you mindful of your true identity as God individualized. For most people, forget their divine nature and slip back into mortal thinking. I am blessed with the ability to see my past appearances to the truth of being. And so this was the third one here, and it says, this blessing helps you maintain your focus on the reality of consciousness rather than the shadow of circumstances. So let's go into the principles of these self-blessings. When you bless yourself, you are not speaking to yourself as a mortal being. You are speaking to yourself as a God to his creation. For you are both the blesser and the blessed, the creator and the creation. Think about this carefully. When God says, let there be light, he didn't wonder if it was possible. He didn't doubt the process. He simply declares it and knew it was done. This is exactly how you must speak your blessings upon yourself. When you say, I am blessed, you're speaking with the same authority that creates the universe. Then he goes on to talk about this seed, which I'll just go ahead and read this, because I think everything I wrote down here ties in wonderfully together. Says in nature, when you plant a seed, the seed doesn't doubt what it's meant to be. It simply begins its transformation. Blessing works the same way. The spiritual seed's planted in the fertile soil of consciousness. Just as the physical seed needs time to grow, your blessings need time to externalize itself in the physical world. The moment you speak a blessing with understanding and feeling, you have altered the whole universe. When you bless yourself, you're not trying to influence God to give you something. You're exercising your divine powers. As God, individualized, for your consciousness is God, and your word is his word. You're both the Father giving the blessing, our mother or universe, however you want to take it, and the son or daughter or universe receiving. So when you say I am, that is your divine nature. When you're saying blessed, that is your human experience. So basically, you're bringing heaven through your consciousness down into this earth together, which is very beautiful, if you ask me. So now let's move into the 7 pillars of self-blessings, and then we'll just leave the video at that for today. I feel like that's definitely enough to digest. I mean, you might have to watch this back a couple times just to understand it completely. trust me, by hearing it a couple times, you're only going to get more knowledge out of it. So these 7 pillars of self-blessings, the first is recognition. It says, you are the one who blesses, not your personality, not your mortal self, but your I am, because I am is God, individualized. All right, pillar 2, authority. When you bless yourself, you must speak with complete authority. So, just knowing that it is done. Number 3 is feeling. Blessing must be accompanied by the feeling of fulfillment. So knowing that it is done once again, and that you felt it and you let it go, and knowing that the universe is bringing it your way. Present tense, God, this goes back into God said, let there be light. He said, let there be light. Blessing must be spoken present tense because consciousness knows only now. So never speak your blessings in past tense or in the future, but as of they're happening right now. Persistence. Persistence of maintaining the consciousness of being blessed, for the blessing must become your dominant state of consciousness. So basically just continuing to believe. We all have negative mindsets and we'll begin to doubt, an hour, maybe 10 minutes, maybe the next day after you've said these blessings, but just go back into this mindset of believing and, faith it till you make it. And it's what we're basically trying to do here. And because once you have said it, you just have to continue to believe that it's on its way to you. Understanding, your blessing is not creating something new. It is acknowledging what already exists in consciousness. All blessings already exist in the spiritual realm, waiting to be claimed. So basically, if you could see it in your mind's eye, that's a different timeline that you're on. And if you're seeing yourself, in your best house, with your best wife, or you're feeling the clothes on your skin, anything you can imagine up here, that timeline exists. So continue to believe in that, and just understand that that's where you're headed. And the last one is gratitude. You must feel grateful, not for what will come, but for what already is. For gratitude is the evidence of faith. And this goes back to just being in the present tense and just knowing that you are the God self and what you said is already achieved. So this is an extremely unique concept, even for Goodart at the time. I could only even imagine, how people took some of these teachings that he did. But he says here, this is how all of the pillars basically work together. When you recognize your true identity as God individualized, speak with the divine authority, feel the reality of your blessings, maintain the present tense awareness, persist in the consciousness, and understand the principle, and feel it genuine in your heart. Gratitude for your blessings, it must manifest. Beautiful stuff. There's a lot of books out there, a lot of audio books, a lot of stuff on YouTube as well. I've been diving deep into all this and just really using your imagination to manifest your best reality is really something extremely beautiful. And Joe Dispenza also talks about this. He's got a beautiful book, I believe it's called Becoming, and I got that on the shelf somewhere. But there's a lot of people that say this stuff is real, so why not let's all just take the chance and try to manifest our best fucking life, and just live in a beautiful world together. What do we got to lose if it doesn't work, So let's all stand up together, take that chance together, and create something beautiful together. Thank you all for tuning in, and until next time, I love you.